Good morning, everyone, and welcome. We are thrilled to have you here at Camden Yards in the warehouse on this cold December day. I realize for many of you, December may not be the time you think of baseball, but believe it or not, we are 107 days away from opening day. If anyone has looked out the window, our team's busy and has a lot of work to do. Wanting to build off this Senate President's comments, because I do believe this is a very, very exciting time for Baltimore. I had the privilege of moving to the city with my family about a year and a half ago, and when I made that choice, a lot of people that I knew were like, "You're moving to Baltimore?" And I looked at them and said, "Yeah, I'm moving to Baltimore." We came because we were excited about the energy and all of the work that's happening here in the city, and because we believe that this is a city that is on the rise. When you look at what's happened across the world of sports in the last decade or so, you've seen a bifurcation. You've seen many, many venues moving out towards suburbs. You've seen them moving away from city centers. You've seen them moving away from public transportation. I am thrilled and proud to have had the opportunity to have now worked in 3 venues that have not made that choice and have instead made the decision to stay intentionally in a city center, stay intentionally in an area where sports can continue to do what I believe it does best, which is bring people together. We talk about the world of baseball, and for those of you who aren't paying attention, there are a lot of games. But I believe that the fact that we have 81 home games, and yes, we're going to have more than that next year, but I believe the fact that we have 81 home games gives us a very unique opportunity. It gives us an opportunity to truly be the place where an entire community can come, can be a part of it. One of the things that I'm most proud of over the past year was the introduction of the Birdland Value Menu, creating an opportunity for fans to come in, and you can have a ticket, a soda or a water, a hot dog, and bring your family of 4 for less than $100. You can't go to the movie theater for that, right? We recognize that you have the ability to take public transit to a venue where, particularly in a time that is increasingly divided, where it is easier to look at someone else and see what do we have that makes us different versus the things that make us the same, and having a space in the core of a thriving city where people look at each other and their first shared experience is a high five when Gunnar hits a home run, those spaces matter more now than ever. This is also a unique point in time. As everyone who is here is, I'm sure, aware, we have one of the most iconic venues in sports. It's an incredible space that is the home of incredible memories. But it's also a space that needs investment to be as relevant and as incredible looking ahead as it is looking backwards. As such, we have the incredible privilege to be making investments to ensure that this ballpark continues to be a place where everyone can come together. So what does that mean? Hopefully you've had the opportunity to look out the window. If you haven't, I do highly recommend you do it. There is no video board. I promise you it'll be back by the time that opening day comes around. But this is about creating an experience where we're meeting people where they want to be met. Watching baseball is no longer about just sitting there and keeping score for 9 innings. If that's the experience you want, that's wonderful. And we can make sure you can have that experience. But we also recognize there are people who did not have the opportunity to grow up playing the game and are learning it. They want to have a shared space to come together with friends, and they don't want to feel excluded because they may not have grown up with the opportunity to play. We need to make sure we create those environments where those fans can have an incredible time and can learn to love baseball and can learn to feel a part of the community through the power of sports. We also recognize that for many of you, you're business leaders. You need an opportunity to celebrate and reward your high performers, to recruit top talent to Baltimore, and to build your businesses. We have not had a premium space inside this venue that is omnipresent across the world of sports. On opening day, for the first time, we are going to have that new premium club location for our guests who are looking for that experience. Underneath the scoreboard, and there will be a large new scoreboard, not too big though, I promise. There will be a large new scoreboard, but underneath that, we're creating a social space where groups can come together and have an opportunity to watch the game as a collective, recognizing that when you have 200, 300, 400 people, historically, we've had the picnic area, which is incredible. You can't see the field. Otherwise, you go to your seats. And once you're in your seats, it's a fantastic view. Hopefully, you're having an amazing time. But it's hard to mix and mingle. It's hard to spend time as a large group. We want to create that space as well. So as we're making investments in the ballpark, these investments are intended to do just what we were talking about earlier, which is making sure that this ballpark remains at the heart of this community and remains a place where we are serving each and every person here around Baltimore City. One other component that we haven't spoken to nearly as much, but I believe matters greatly, is the incredible staff we have who works at this ballpark. For any of you who've come to the ballpark, hopefully you've had the opportunity to meet the many men and women who welcome you, who make sure that you can find your seat and have a positive experience. We're the employer of more than 1,000 men and women who are getting paid a living wage and working regularly throughout the season, the plurality of whom are Baltimore City residents. This is an opportunity for us to make sure we are intentional about not only bringing fans in, but also creating employment opportunities for our neighbors, creating employment opportunities in communities that perhaps have not had all of the opportunities historically, and be super intentional in collaboration with our partners at Levy and making sure that we are continuing to be that place where people are working, people are playing, and ultimately people are coming together. So I'm really excited to hear more about what's coming ahead for the city of Baltimore over the next decade. But I appreciate you coming. We look forward to seeing you on opening day and many times over the coming season. And let's go O's.